Become self-driven. Welcome back. I hope you had a great break and are now ready to dive back in. This is Self-Breakthrough Video 4. In the previous session, we uncovered just how limiting negative core beliefs can be and the toll they take on our self-esteem. Maybe you even saw yourself in some of the examples I shared. In this session, we'll take it a step further by identifying the negative beliefs you might be holding on to, and most importantly, learning how to break free from them. Are you aware of your core beliefs? Let's explore together. Take a piece of paper and start by writing down the phrase, "I am," and see what comes to mind. Try to come up with at least 5 ways to complete the sentence. When you finish, do the same for the sentences. Life is, and other people are. Make sure you take some time to really think about it. Okay, now based on our beliefs, we create rules for ourselves in life. Are you aware of any rules that you live by? Let's see. Try to complete the following sentences. I should, or I shouldn't. I must, or I must not. Same as before, pause the video and come back when you finish. Then do the same for assumptions. Assumptions are those if and then statements that we all have. Take some time to think about them and then write them down as well. The goal of this exercise is to become aware of some of your beliefs and also to test the level of your self-awareness. Over the years, working with clients, I've noticed that many people struggle with this exercise because they aren't fully aware of their own beliefs. This doesn't mean they don't have any. It just means their level of self-awareness is relatively low. If you're the same, you can work on deepening your self-awareness. That involves reflection, mindfulness, and a willingness to explore your inner world. After all, how can you change anything if you don't even know what needs changing? In our training sessions, we dedicate time to doing this thoroughly. Usually, students take time to step outside, take a walk, relax and reflect, and then write down whatever comes to mind. I also suggest, if possible, setting aside a day or two to be completely alone, somewhere quiet and free from distractions. This kind of focused solitude can be an incredibly powerful way to reconnect with yourself, reflect on your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and unspoken rules you've unconsciously set for yourself in life. So you take some time off and give yourself a chance to connect with yourself and gain clarity and deeper awareness. We rarely give ourselves that time, don't we? One powerful way to uncover your hidden beliefs, rules, and assumptions is through self-reflection. Ever had a moment where you got really upset and said or did something you later regretted? Then, once you calmed down, you thought, why on earth did I say that? I didn't even mean it. The truth is that, on some level, a part of you probably did mean it. Behind those words and actions are deeper, often hidden, negative core beliefs and compromised personal rules. They tend to surface when emotions take over, revealing what's been buried beneath. Take a moment to think back to one of those times when you got upset. Now ask yourself, why did I respond that way? What was running through my mind? You might be surprised to find that your reactions aren't really random, but instead of judging yourself, pay attention to your inner dialogue, observe, and try to understand. The more aware you become of your automatic reactions, the more you realize how much of your life is shaped by them. But awareness alone isn't enough. It's what you do with it that matters. When you choose to reshape these patterns, you open the door to real transformation. That said, not every intense reaction is a reflection of your deepest beliefs. Sometimes it's just stress or exhaustion momentarily taking the wheel. But if a reaction keeps returning, it may be pointing to something deeper, something worth understanding. As explained before, our core beliefs, rules, and assumptions develop over time, often starting in childhood. Sometimes you can more easily identify your core beliefs by reflecting on childhood memories, the situations you experienced, and the people you learned from growing up, like your parents, siblings, closer relatives, teachers, and friends. Let's try together. Think about some of your early formative life experiences and ask yourself, what did I learn from these experiences? What did I learn from these people about myself, about life, and about other people? What kind of rules or assumptions did I make for myself based on those experiences? Let me give you an example to help illustrate what I mean. Let's say your parents taught you to be cautious, saying things like, the world is dangerous, always stay safe, watch your back, and trust no one. And as you get older, you start to believe that the world is a scary place. To live with this belief and protect yourself from the scary world, you might have developed rules such as, I must always keep myself safe, and assumptions such as, if I don't take any risks, then I will be safe. Having these kinds of rules and assumptions will influence your behavior and thoughts, causing you to avoid anything you perceive as scary. It will most likely make you worry about potential negative outcomes, and thoughts like, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? May become your constant companions. The best way to illustrate how beliefs, rules, and assumptions shape our thinking and behavior is to compare them to different parts of a tree. Where beliefs are the roots, hidden beneath the surface, they provide the foundation and nourishment for everything above. Just like roots anchor a tree, your core beliefs shape your identity and influence every aspect of your life. Your rules and assumptions form the structure that connects beliefs to your thoughts and actions. These internal guidelines, shaped by your upbringing and experiences, determine how you navigate the world. And finally, your thoughts are the branches and leaves, the most visible and ever-changing part. Just as a tree constantly grows new branches and leaves, your thoughts shift and evolve, yet they remain connected to the deeper structure beneath. In short, your thoughts stem from your rules and assumptions, which are ultimately rooted in your core beliefs. If you want to create lasting change in your thinking and behavior, you must go beyond the surface and reshape your beliefs at the root. Other examples of rules and assumptions you might have if you believe the world is a scary place are, I should always be prepared for the worst, hold my guard, and be cautious. I should always stay in my comfort zone and avoid anything unfamiliar or unknown. I shouldn't show any weakness, must stay on guard, be cautious, and expect the worst. I shouldn't trust anyone because people can't be trusted and everyone has ulterior motives. I should hide my emotions and never show vulnerability because others can hurt or take advantage of me. If you can relate to any of them, add it to your list. Since our beliefs often operate in the background, shaping our thoughts without us even realizing it, one of the best ways to uncover them is by tracing them back from our everyday thoughts, especially the negative ones. Here's how you do it. First, identify a recurring negative thought. Think of something that frequently bothers you, maybe a self-judgment or a fear that keeps coming up. Write it down. Then ask yourself, why does this upset me? If this thought is true, what does it mean for me? What does it say about me? A new, deeper thought will likely come up. Write that down too, and repeat the same questions for the new thought. Keep going layer by layer. Repeat it several times. Why is this upsetting to me? If this is true, what does it mean for me? What does it say about me? And then next one. Why is this upsetting to me? If this is true, what does it mean for me? What does it say about me? And so on. Keep repeating until you reach a core belief that feels like the root of the issue. Let me give you an example to show you how it works. Imagine you gave a presentation at work and you're unhappy with how it went. You have a negative thought. I really messed up that presentation. Then you ask, why does this upset me? What does it mean for me? It means my boss will think I'm incompetent. Next, you ask yourself, if my boss thinks I'm incompetent, what does that mean for me? It means I could lose my job. Then you ask, if I lose my job, what does that mean? It means I'll fail in my career. And then if I fail in my career, what does that mean? It means I'm a failure as a person. Finally, you ask, if I'm a failure as a person, what does that mean? What does that say about me? It means I'm not good enough. The hidden core belief driving all these thoughts is, I am not good enough. By uncovering these hidden beliefs, you can start challenging and rewriting them, because once you see them clearly, you can change them. Let me give you another example. You go on a date with someone new, the conversation flows and things seem to go well. The next day you send a text, but hours go by with no response. At first you brush it off, maybe she's busy, but as the day drags on, doubt creeps in. Did I say something wrong? Did I misread the whole night? Then comes the thought, she's ignoring me. Let's break it down. Why is this upsetting to me? It means she's upset with me. And if she's upset with me, that must mean she's not interested. If she's not interested, that means I'm not good enough for her. If I'm not good enough, that must mean I'm not worthy of love. And if I'm not worthy of love, that means I'm unlovable. Your negative core belief is, I am unlovable. This process shows how a simple situation, like not getting a reply, can stir up deep-seated fears and beliefs that may not even be true. Now you might be thinking, that's not true. I don't actually believe I'm unlovable. And that's okay. Sometimes our negative thoughts reflect deeper fears rather than conscious beliefs. But here's a better question. I don't think I'm unlovable, but do I sometimes feel uncertain or afraid of rejection? If the answer is yes, then that's the belief worth exploring. Okay, now it's your turn. Simply pause the video, go through your list of negative thoughts, and do it. Here are a few examples of most common negative thoughts tied to common limiting beliefs. About the self. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve success or happiness. I always mess things up. I'm not smart, talented, attractive enough. I'll never change, no matter how hard I try. People won't like me if they see the real me. I'm too broken to be loved. If I fail, it means I am a failure. About others. People can't be trusted. Everyone will eventually let me down. No one really cares about me. People only help when they want something in return. If I open up, others will use it against me. Love always comes with pain. Most people are selfish and don't care about others. About the world. The world is a dangerous and unfair place. Success is only for the lucky or privileged. No matter what I do, things won't get better. Life is a constant struggle. There's never enough money, love, time, or opportunities. People who have power will always take advantage of others. Good things don't last. About the future. I'll never find love or happiness. What's the point of trying? I'll just fail again. I'm going to mess this up like I always do. I'll never be able to recover from this. I'm just going to embarrass myself. I'll be stuck like this forever. There's no way I'll achieve my dreams. I'll always be broke, unsuccessful, unhappy. Nobody will ever believe in me. And there are also thoughts that reflect our internal doubts and fears. Am I even good enough to try this? What if I fail again? They'll laugh at me if I mess up. What if they're right about me? I don't know if I can handle the pressure. What's wrong with me for feeling this way? Maybe I'm not meant to be happy. Do I even deserve this opportunity? Why bother? I'll just quit halfway. I'll never measure up to their expectations. Have you ever caught yourself thinking this way? If so, there's a good chance it stems from a deeper negative core belief you've been holding on to, maybe without even realizing it. Recognizing your negative beliefs is the first step to breaking free from their grip. Once you become aware of them, you can stop letting them define you and start replacing them with thoughts that actually serve you. That's how real, lasting change begins. So give yourself the space to reflect. There's no rush, just take the first step, and when you're ready, move forward. Another powerful way to uncover your hidden beliefs, rules, and assumptions is through journaling. Simply writing about your thoughts, emotions, and experiences, without any specific goal, can be surprisingly relieving and deeply satisfying. But the real magic happens when you take the time to revisit your entries. As you read through them, you'll start to notice patterns, recurring thoughts, unspoken rules you live by, and the deeper beliefs shaping your decisions and reactions. This simple habit can give you incredible insights into your mindset, helping you understand yourself on a whole new level. If journaling isn't your thing, or if you're struggling to make progress on your own, try asking for feedback from close friends and family, people who truly know you. Sometimes others see us more clearly than we see ourselves. An outside perspective can help you spot patterns you might have missed and bring hidden beliefs to light. And if you feel like you need more structured guidance, working with a therapist or a coach can provide valuable support on your journey to greater self-awareness. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you'll start to uncover and understand yourself better, which is the foundation for meaningful change and personal growth. All right, now that we identified your beliefs, the next step is to figure out how to change them. How do you change your negative beliefs? The fact is that you can't change the past or the events that shaped you. No one can. What you can change, however, is how those experiences influence the negative beliefs you've developed. Because some of the ropes that are holding you back can be easily broken, and you might not even realize it, just like the elephant in the story from the beginning. The other, more persistent ones will require more effort. But as you've just learned, there are things you do today that maintain your negative beliefs and keep them alive. These are the things you can change. Years ago, I heard a story about a woman who was preparing sausages for dinner, and she was doing that by cutting off both ends of the sausages before cooking. Intrigued, her husband asked why she did that, and she simply replied, "Well, that's how my mom did it." And as coincidence would have it, her mom was joining them for dinner that night, so they used the opportunity to ask her the reason behind cutting off the ends of the sausages. And to their surprise, her mom responded, "That's how my mom did it." Now, even more intrigued and determined to uncover the truth, they decided to call Grandma and ask her about her peculiar cooking method. After a brief conversation, Grandma laughed and replied, "Because my pan was too small." Funny, isn't it? We all fall into this trap more than we realize. I bet there are tons of things you do today simply because you've always done them that way. Maybe it's not the sausage, but some other seemingly absurd action. Just like the woman in the story, we often find ourselves repeating behaviors we learned from our parents or other role models. While it may have made sense back then, today there's no apparent reason for it, and we could easily stop. What I'm suggesting is, start questioning everything. Learn to examine and understand the motivations behind your actions. And then go out of your comfort zone, do things that you fear, and test their accuracy. Become a critical thinker, and instead of blindly following traditions or behaviors that you inherited from the past, assuming they're always the best or the only way to do something, question them. Do it right now. Simply go through your day and see. You can even write it down, all your daily habits and rituals, and then see which ones can you drop. I promise it can be life-changing. I know this is a lot of information to take in all at once, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's completely normal. Take some time to process and reflect, or simply go back and review parts that might be unclear or challenging. As I mentioned before, learning this has had a huge impact on my life, and I truly believe it can do the same for you once you fully grasp it. Now, before we leave this topic, there's one more thing I want to share with you, and it refers to rules that we set for ourselves. One specific kind of rule: the shoulds. Now, I hope you've done this already at the beginning of this lesson, but if not, please take a piece of paper and write down "I should," and then think of 5 ways to finish that sentence. Here are a few examples just to get you going. I should always be perfect in everything I do. I should never make mistakes. I should be able to handle everything on my own. I should always be kind to everyone. I should always put others' needs before my own. I should never show weakness or ask for help. I should be successful by now. I should always be happy and positive. I should always know the right thing to say. I should never feel angry or upset. I should always be in control of every situation, and so on. These are just a few examples to get you started. Now take some time to write down your own should statements, those that are true for you. Once you're done, come back and we'll continue. You see, I believe that the word should is one of the most damaging words in our language. It carries a sense of obligation or judgment that can be harmful. When you say things like "I should," you're implying that you're not meeting an expectation, either from others or yourself. It suggests a sense of guilt or inadequacy, because you're essentially saying that you are, were, or will be wrong in some way. I don't think we need more wrongs in life. It is a way to scold and criticize yourself. For example, "I should exercise more" can make you feel like you're failing because you're not living up to some ideal. And this constant self-judgment creates unnecessary stress and negativity. Instead of focusing on what should be done, it's better to approach life with more self-compassion and understanding. So what I would like you to do is to take the word "I should" and remove it from your vocabulary forever. I want you to replace "should" with the word "could." Using "could" gives you more options, and you're never wrong. You might even add "if I really wanted to." I could if I really wanted to. Could opens up more possibilities for you, and it removes the sense of being wrong. Take a moment to go back to your should statements and rewrite them. Replace every should with "I could" and see how different it is. When you're done, look over your list and ask yourself, "Why should I?" or "Why don't I?" Let me give you an example to explain what I mean. Let's say one of your shoulds is, "I should always be kind to everyone." Change it to, "I could be kind to everyone if I really wanted to," and see how it is different now. By using "could," You're recognizing that kindness is a choice, and there's no pressure or judgment if you're unable to always meet that expectation. It allows you to explore your reasons for kindness without feeling like you're wrong if you don't meet this standard every time. And then ask yourself, why should I? I always ask myself that question. Every time I catch myself saying, I should, I pause and ask, why should I? Is it because this action will genuinely enrich my life and add value? Is it simply because someone else told me to? Or is it because everyone else seems to be doing it? It is like internal brainstorming that you can do by yourself, and it's a practice worth trying. It might just give you the why behind all of your shoulds. Often, you'll discover there's no valid reason for the should at all. And when that happens, you can confidently let it go. After all, if you can't find a compelling reason, it's likely a sign you don't really need to do it. Sometimes you might even find a great reason not to do it, or realize you're already doing it and can stop giving yourself a hard time. Here's the thing. Should statements are self-defeating statements. They are a way of putting impractical and unreasonable demands on yourself, being hard on yourself, and expecting perfection. They are a very common negative thinking pattern or cognitive distortion that can contribute to feeling more stress and disappointment. They can make you feel hopeless about your situation and diminish your sense of self-esteem. Whenever you say, I should, you are basically setting yourself up for failure. We all experience negative and unhelpful thoughts that can influence our mood and behavior. The key is to learn how to manage these thoughts. As we already learned, the first step is recognizing these negative thinking patterns. Once you identify them, you can pause to examine their validity. Are they truly accurate or are they distorted? From there, you can work on reframing or replacing those thoughts with more constructive ones. By doing this, you can shift your perspective and change how you feel about many aspects of your life. Another valuable outcome of this exercise is developing greater understanding and compassion for yourself. It encourages you to embrace your imperfections while appreciating and celebrating your strengths. In my practice, I often challenge my clients on their shoulds. Ever had someone challenge you on your shoulds? For example, I shouldn't go to that party. Yeah, maybe staying home is best. Well, actually, I kind of want to go. Or I should get a divorce. I'll say, yeah, maybe you should. And just like that, they hesitate because deep down they're unsure. I don't really mean that. You can try this for yourself. When you catch yourself saying should, pause and ask, do I truly mean this? It's a simple but powerful way to uncover what you actually want. If it feels tricky, ask a friend to call you out on your shoulds. The reason I say this is because sometimes we hide behind our shoulds because we don't want to own what we really want, or we haven't done the hard work of thinking through what our real priorities are. We just say, I shouldn't, or I should, and let it be. So let go of your shoulds, own what you truly want, and start living in alignment with it. Okay, so much for the rules. We're going to close this topic now and move on. If you're feeling like you could use a break, now is the perfect moment to take one. Grab a coffee or stretch. Give yourself a moment to recharge. Once you're ready to dive back in, we will continue. Welcome back. Our next topic is self-esteem. Self-esteem is essentially your opinion of yourself, your subjective evaluation of your own worth and value. It affects how you feel, how you interact with others, and even the choices you make in life. It starts forming in childhood, shaped by your early experiences. If you grew up with encouragement, support, and positive reinforcement, you likely developed a strong sense of self-worth, learned to trust yourself, and take on challenges with confidence. But if you grew up being criticized, compared to others, or feeling like you had to earn love and approval, you may have learned to doubt yourself and question your own worth. In other words, low self-esteem is learned. It is something you have come to believe over time. Unfortunately, many people tie their self-worth to achievements, relationships, or approval from others. They think, once I accomplish this, once I'm loved enough, then I'll feel good about myself. But here's the truth. No amount of success, love, or money can give you lasting self-esteem. Self-esteem isn't earned. It's a gift you choose to give yourself, an act of self-love. And for it to be real, it has to be unconditional. Now, how do you build real self-esteem? The first step is to challenge the negative thoughts and beliefs that hold you back. When self-doubt creeps in, ask yourself, is this actually true? Is this fact, or just a story I've been telling myself? Do I have any real evidence that proves this wrong? More often than not, you'll realize that these beliefs aren't as solid as they once seemed. But challenging them in your head isn't always enough. You also need to take action. Take action that proves them wrong. That means stepping outside your comfort zone, doing things you believe you can't do. It sounds scary, I know, but that's where the magic happens. Every time you step out of your comfort zone and do something that feels scary, you show yourself that you can handle it. You build courage, you build pride, and little by little, with every small win, your confidence grows, and you start seeing yourself differently. The more you challenge yourself, the more you build real evidence of your abilities, and over time, your negative beliefs start shifting to positive ones. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, you begin to believe, maybe I can. Confidence isn't something you earn or wait for. It's something you build, one step at a time. Now, if the idea of challenging your mindset seems overwhelming, there's another approach you might consider. If you're up for it, you could let go of the self altogether. I know, it sounds wild. That's exactly what I thought when I first heard it. Let go of myself? What does that even mean? It felt absurd until it didn't. And then suddenly, it started to make sense. Let me walk you through it. Let's start with a simple but powerful question. Who are you? And I don't mean the version of you shaped by your family, your upbringing, or society's expectations. I mean you, the real you. Who are you at 2 a.m., when the world is quiet and no one is watching? Who are you when there's no pressure to perform, please, or prove anything? Here's the thing. Many of us grow up feeling like who we are isn't quite enough. Maybe you were the kid who was told to calm down because you had too much energy, or the quiet one pushed to speak up. The message was the same. You need to change to be accepted. Over time, these little nudges shape how we see ourselves. We start believing that we're somehow not enough, just as we are. And then as we grow older, we're handed an even longer list of rules about who and how we should be. Be kind and polite, be obedient, work hard, don't take risks, put others before yourself, follow gender norms and traditions, and the list goes on. So we spend our lives trying to tick all the boxes, hoping that maybe, just maybe, we'll finally feel like we're enough. We end up creating a mental image of who we should be, an image built entirely on other people's expectations. And that image, it's often unrealistic, exhausting, and completely out of reach. The more we chase it, the further we drift from who we truly are. Some people settle into this imposed self because it feels safe, even if it doesn't quite feel right. For others, it's a constant struggle, a battle between who they think they should be and who they actually are. Let me ask you something. When was the last time someone encouraged you to truly explore who you are? Not the version of you that checks all the boxes for approval, not the one shaped by other people's opinions, but the version that's unapologetically uniquely you. If you've never done that before, that's okay. We'll explore it together in part 2 of this training. But for now, just take a moment and reflect. Ask yourself following. Are you happy? Or let me put it this way, what do you actually need to feel happy? Do you constantly seek approval just to feel worthwhile? Do you put everyone else's happiness before your own, even at the cost of your own joy? Can you truly feel fulfilled without someone else's love or validation? Does rejection hit you so hard that you start questioning your worth? Or maybe you're a perfectionist, tying your value entirely to what you achieve. If you answered yes to any of these, it means you have a sense of self, but you might believe that self is somehow flawed. Here's the truth. If your self-worth is based on what others think, you'll feel amazing when you get approval. But the moment you sense judgment or criticism, doubt and anxiety creep in. And no amount of success or validation will ever fill that gap, because happiness doesn't come from the outside. Happiness isn't something you find, it's something you choose. And that choice is always available to you. You can decide right now, I'm going to be happy, no matter what's happening around me. Because at the end of the day, we all have challenges. We all have reasons to complain. The glass is always either half full or half empty. It's your perspective that makes the difference. Have you ever seen one of those optical illusions where the same image can look like two completely different things? A rabbit from one angle, a duck from another? Everything in life is just a matter of perspective. The truth is, dissatisfaction often comes from how we choose to see our circumstances, not the circumstances themselves. What if the only thing standing between you and happiness is you? Now, I know that might not be what you want to hear, but think about it. No matter what's happening in your life, you always have the power to shift your perspective. You can look for the good, appreciate what you have, and choose to be happy. It takes real honesty to admit that maybe the biggest obstacle in your way is your own mindset. But as tough as that is to accept, it's also incredibly freeing. So ask yourself, are you living your life for you, or are you living for other people? What are you trying to prove? And more importantly, who are you trying to prove it to? And really, who cares? What if you didn't have to prove anything? Imagine if you could let go of that version of yourself that was shaped by everyone else's expectations, the version that's always striving to be enough for others. What if you stopped trying to fit into a mold and just were? Dare to be average. Because fitting in isn't belonging. In fact, it's the biggest barrier to true belonging. Fitting in means constantly adjusting yourself, twisting into a version that others will approve of. Belonging, on the other hand, means showing up as you are and letting yourself be seen, fully and unapologetically. True belonging starts with self-acceptance. Your ability to truly belong will never be greater than your ability to accept yourself. If you constantly seek approval from others, you will always feel like you don't quite fit in, because deep down you haven't accepted yourself yet. So ask yourself, do you actually accept yourself? Do you recognize your own abilities and limitations without judgment? Or do you constantly feel like you need to be more successful, more attractive, more likable, just to be worthy? Most of us grow up learning to fit into society's expectations, shaping ourselves into what we think we should be, rather than embracing who we actually are. But real confidence, real peace, comes from accepting yourself as you are, right now. Not when you lose weight, get a promotion, or become someone better. Now, let's try something together. Pause the video for a moment, stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say, I love you. I know this might feel silly, but do it anyway. It's simple. Just look at yourself and say, I love and accept you exactly as you are. Now, notice how it resonates within you. How does it make you feel? For many people, this exercise is surprisingly difficult because they've never truly learned to accept and love themselves, and often they don't even realize it. If this feels uncomfortable for you, that's okay. But wouldn't you want to change that? Wouldn't you want to learn to love yourself? So, practice. Do it every day. At first, it may feel strange, but over time, it will start to feel real. Another thing you can do is remind yourself, every now and then, just how remarkable you actually are. Let's try something together. Grab a notebook and complete this sentence at least 10 times. I am remarkable because. Push yourself beyond surface-level answers. What makes you special? What have you overcome? What are your unique strengths? Your answers will reveal how much self-love you truly have. And if you struggle to find words, that just means it's time to start seeing yourself in a new light. When we lack self-acceptance, we shapeshift. We become whoever we think others want us to be. And in the process, we lose ourselves. Let's be real, losing people is hard, but losing yourself while trying to please everyone else, that's even worse. The version of you shaped by societal expectations isn't the real you. Let go of that false self, the one that tells you you're not good enough. You don't need to earn your worth, you already have it. When you truly believe that you are enough, you stop chasing validation. You gain the courage to be authentic, imperfect, and wonderfully you. According to Buddhist teachings, concept of a self is an illusion. I see it all the time, people spending their lives trying to prove they're special, as if that's the only way to be enough. The truth is, you don't have to be special to be enough. You don't need to constantly prove your worth by trying to be exceptional, different, or outstanding. True fulfillment comes when you accept yourself as you are, without the pressure to meet external expectations. You, just as you are already enough. And when you let go of the pressure to be extraordinary, you can finally step out of your head and into the world. That's when you'll discover something incredible. You start noticing the beauty in everyday life. Simple moments, meaningful connections, and small experiences take on new depth. And here's the paradox. When you stop chasing an extraordinary life, life itself becomes extraordinary. I always tell my students, get out of your head. Stop obsessing over how you look, what others think, or whether you said something stupid. We've all been there, overthinking, analyzing, and second-guessing ourselves. But while you're stuck in your own thoughts, life is happening around you, and you're missing it. Instead, shift your focus outward. Look at the people around you, but really see them. Who are they? What might they be feeling, hoping for, or struggling with? When you stop seeing the world through the lens of me, you open yourself to something bigger, genuine connection, understanding, and presence. Letting go of the pressure to be someone allows you to be many different things and frees you to experience life as it is. When you step out of your own head, you'll realize just how much beauty, depth, and meaning you've been too distracted to notice. So let me ask you again, do you have a self? And if you do you really need one? These are big questions, and the answers may not come right away. That's okay. Be patient with yourself as you explore them. With time, perspective, and reflection, you might just find the freedom and peace you've been searching for. Before we wrap up, there's one more important thing to address. We've talked about change, changing your perspective, your thoughts, the rules you live by, even your beliefs and sense of self. And that's all great, but none of it can truly happen unless you first let go of the past. The truth is, no real change can begin while you're still holding on to old pain, resentment, or regret. And that means one thing: forgiveness. Now, for most people, the very thought of forgiveness brings up anger, irritation, even resistance. They don't want to think about it, let alone talk about it. And I get it. I used to feel the same way not too long ago. But when I finally chose to change, it became one of the best things that ever happened to me. Fact is that life isn't always easy, and we all face our own share of challenges. No one's journey is perfect, and with that, it's natural to carry some hurt or hold on to grudges. Some events in our lives may have been so painful or traumatic that they leave scars that feel impossible to heal. The thought of forgiving those who have wronged us can feel unimaginable. It might seem like forgiving would mean betraying yourself, like you're letting them off the hook. I get it. I've been there. It feels like you just can't forgive, no matter how hard you try. Perhaps you even find yourself consumed by the thoughts of revenge. But here's the thing. Dwelling on the past doesn't help. No matter how much you replay those hurtful memories in your mind, they won't change what happened. Seeking vengeance, it won't bring you peace either. In reality, you're stuck in a cycle of pain and resentment. Each time you replay those memories, you're just subjecting yourself to more pain. Holding on to that resentment only keeps you in torment, living in that pain day after day. You're basically punishing yourself for other people's mistakes. Let me ask you something. Whose side are you on? Seriously, whose side are you on? Here's something important I want you to understand. Forgiveness isn't about excusing the wrongs that were done to you or saying that what happened was okay. No. It's about releasing yourself from the weight of resentment. It's about freeing yourself from the grip those bad memories have on you. You need to let go and forgive, for your own sake. Take a moment and think about who you need to forgive in your life. It's often the people who are hardest to forgive that we need to let go of the most. Choose to release the past and forgive everyone, including yourself. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. You replay the moments. Why didn't I say something? Why didn't I do something? Why didn't I defend myself? Why did I stay silent? I know all the stories. I've been one of the stories. But whatever the reason, you couldn't back then. And maybe in some way it was meant to be. So start by forgiving yourself for not speaking up, for not knowing how to protect yourself. And then you can also forgive those that hurt you. Now, you might not know how to forgive, and you might not even want to. But simply being willing to forgive is the first step in the healing process. Maybe you hold a grudge against one or both of your parents because of things they did or didn't do. But if you dig a little deeper, you may realize they were just doing the best they could, struggling with their own issues. They probably didn't know better, or they thought they were acting in your best interest. I know, because I used to hold resentment toward my parents for certain things. But when I became a parent myself, I began to understand the complexity of the role. And when I learned more about how my parents were raised, I started to see things from their perspective. You can do the same. Ask your parents about their upbringing, listen with empathy and compassion, and you might see that they were shaped by their own struggles. That understanding can help you forgive them for not being the parents you needed them to be. Bottom line, blaming your parents for how your life turned out doesn't help. They couldn't teach you what they didn't know, or give you what they didn't have. They did the best they could with what they had. Forgiveness means letting it go and freeing yourself from that burden. At first, it might feel impossible, and you might not even know where to begin. But you don't need to know how. You just need to be willing to forgive. Your mind will do the rest. Do me a favor, say it out loud. I forgive my parents for not being the parents I needed them to be. I forgive and set them free. I set myself free. It's okay if you don't feel it right away. Do it anyway. Not for them, but for you. It may take time, but keep repeating it. You'll get there. Nothing consumes a man quicker than the passion of resentment. Through forgiveness, you will open the door to a future filled with compassion, understanding, and deep inner peace. Give it a try. What do you have to lose? All right, that brings us to the end of the first part of our journey. But before we wrap up, let's take a moment to revisit what we've learned. Remember our first lesson about reality? The key takeaway was that everything starts with a thought. And thoughts can be changed. And when you change the way you think, you will change the way you feel. And that brings us to the first step of real change, forgiveness. The past is just that, the past. It cannot be changed. And it's nobody's fault. Holding on to it only keeps you stuck. Forgiveness will set you free. Then, start challenging those negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. Beliefs like I am worthless, I am incapable, I am unlovable. Simply say, I refuse to believe this about myself. And then back it up with small, intentional actions that prove otherwise. Because you have the power to question and rewrite these beliefs. Keep in mind, you've carried them for a long time, so changing them will take time too. Be patient, be persistent. As I already said, I am aware that this might feel like a lot to take in all at once. If you're feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. Take your time. Go back, review the parts that feel challenging, and let it all sink in. Learning this changed my life, and I believe it can change yours too, once you truly embrace it. Now, I want us to do a meditation together, guided meditation. Maybe you've done something like this before, or maybe this is new to you. Either way, I invite you to try it with an open mind. It's simple. I will guide you step by step, and all you need to do is listen to my voice and follow along in whatever way feels right for you. Find a comfortable position. Allow your body to relax while keeping your mind gently alert. You may close your eyes if that feels right, or simply soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let your shoulders drop, relax your arms and hands, soften your stomach. Feel your legs and feet grow heavier, grounding you in this moment. Now I want you to travel back in time to your childhood. A time when you were between the ages of 3 and 12. As the adult you are today, travel back to that time, calmly and confidently. Imagine yourself stepping into a familiar scene from your past. Take some time to remember, to get in touch with your surroundings. Where are you? What do you see? What sounds can you hear? Is there perhaps a scent in the air? Take it all in and allow yourself to enjoy being there. And as you do that, a little off in the distance, just opposite to you, become aware of the presence of a little person, your child self. Take a moment to observe this little one. Look into their eyes. Notice their expression, their posture. Do they seem happy, playful, or is there something else? Uncertainty, sadness, curiosity? Slowly move closer and notice what they are doing. Let yourself sense what this child might be feeling. And as you look at this little person, I want you to try to remember some difficult memories from your past. A time when this child needed more love, comfort, or support. It doesn't have to be a traumatic moment, just a time when you felt misunderstood or unsure. Or a time when you felt alone or scared and had no one to turn to. Maybe you're seeing flashes of those dark memories, like mini-movies from your childhood. Or maybe you're simply sensing the emotions floating around you and feeling their heaviness. And maybe this little child created stories about those memories and emotions. And maybe some of those stories are, I am not good enough. I am a failure. I am not lovable. Something is wrong with me. I don't matter. I can't trust anyone. If this feels overwhelming, just observe from a distance. You don't have to relive it, only acknowledge it. You were not wrong for doing this. It's what we all do. But the stories this child created are not allowing you to live as vibrantly as you would like today. So I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to release the heaviness of these stories. Then, connect with your child self, in whatever way feels right for both of you. Maybe you kneel beside them, hold their hands, or give them a big warm hug. And as you look into their eyes, say, "Hey, little one, it's me. I've come from the future, and I so wanted to see you. I need you to know something. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You were just a child, doing the best you could. I am here to tell you that I forgive you, and that I love and accept you exactly as you are. I know things might seem hard right now, but I promise it will pass. And you are going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. There is an amazing life waiting for you. Just wait and see. And I want you to know that from now on, I'll always be here, and you are not alone anymore. Let your child hear these words. Let them feel them. And as you hold them close, notice how the heaviness begins to lift. Watch as the dark, smoky weight of those old stories fades away, dissolving into light. See your child calm and relaxed. And feel that calmness in your own body. Now take a step back and observe your child self again, this amazing little person. And realize that you are that child and your adult self, both at the same time. And that you still carry that child's innocence, curiosity, creativity, and sense of wonder. And at the same time, you have grown into a strong, loving, and capable adult. You don't have to choose between the two. Both are a part of you, and together they make you whole. Then I want you to think of a happy memory from your childhood, a moment of pure joy, playfulness, or wonder. Maybe it's laughter, your favorite game, or a dream you once had. Perhaps you're seeing flashes of those happy memories, like mini-movies from your childhood. Or maybe you're simply seeing the emotions floating and feeling their lightness. Just sit back and witness it all. Now turn your attention from these memories to your child and see how they light up. See their eyes sparkle with excitement, how their smile comes from their soul. Let yourself feel it. Remember how it feels to be happy. Let it fill your heart. Feel a smile spread across your face. Remember how it feels to be happy. Let it fill your heart and feel a smile spread across your face. Remember how much you used to love to play, to dream, to imagine. That child is still inside you, ready to create more joyful memories. Stretch your arms out and embrace this incredible little person. Feel the warmth, the love, the connection. And as you do that, open the doorway to inviting more of it into your current life. More joy, more love, more happiness. All through this special little person. Now say to your child, somewhere along the way, I forgot who you really are, who I really am. And I forgot what brings me joy, what I truly want from life. But I want to remember, and I was hoping you could help me. Take a moment to listen. Take it all in. Allow your child to guide you. Complete your time together for now, in whatever way feels good for both of you. And then, maybe with a hug, a gentle touch, or a warm smile. Wave them goodbye as you walk away. Feeling relieved, balanced, and centered. Now, I want you to bring your attention again to your breathing. Feeling peace and calm all over your body. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And as you do, I want you to travel forward in time. 40 years into the future. And I want you to meet your future self. Breath in and out effortlessly. You are now 40 years into the future. Take a few moments to get in touch with your surroundings, to notice some details about this one place from your future, and let yourself enjoy being here. Look around. Where are you? What does this place look like? Notice the landscape, grass, trees, flowers. Feel the energy of this place. And as you do that, a little off in the distance, notice a house where your future self lives 40 years from now. What does this house, your future home, looks like? Come closer and peek through the window. What do you see inside? What are the colors of that place? What is the scent? Take a moment to notice everything. And then, I want you to approach the entrance and knock on the door. You're about to meet your future self. The door opens and there they are, your future self, 40 years from now. Greet them in any way that seems appropriate right now. And notice the way they return your greeting, welcoming you into this time and place in the future. Maybe with a big hug, a smile, or just a knowing look. What does this person, the future you, looks like? Notice their presence, their energy, their expression. Notice how they smile at you. How do they feel about themselves and his place in the world now? How do they live now? Is there anyone else living with them? Take it all in. Now I want you to move with your future self to a comfortable place for a conversation. There are questions that you might want the answer to. Perhaps you can begin by asking, are you happy, fulfilled? What do you love most about your life now? Do you have any regrets? Take some time to hear the answers. Then ask, if you could go back in time and do it all over again, what would you do? Is there anything that you would do differently? And then ask, what is our purpose in this life? And what do I need to know to get from where I am now to where you are? Listen to what your future self has to tell you, whether in words or other ways. That is important for you to hear and to remember. Take in the wisdom, the guidance, the clarity your future self offers. Take it all in. And when you finish and about to leave, bringing this visit to an end, take a moment to thank your future self for their presence and their insights. Take all the learnings and complete your time together for now, in whatever way feels good for both of you. Maybe you hug. Maybe you simply exchange a look of deep understanding. Wave goodbye as you walk away, feeling lighter, clearer, and more centered. Now I want you to bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly, feeling peace and calm all over your body. And as you do that, find your way back to the present. And when you're ready, open your eyes, stretch your arms, move your fingers. Take a moment to reflect. What did your inner child show you? What did your future self teach you? Take a moment to write down anything you'd like to remember from this journey. And just like that, we've reached the end of this training session, but not the end of your journey. This is actually just the beginning. Now it's up to you to take these insights and turn them into action, shaping your reality with deeper self-awareness and stronger connections. Remember, every life holds more than one potential reality. Every life. And the best part, you get to choose which one you live. If you're ready for the next step, I'd love for you to join me in Self-Drive, where we'll uncover what you truly want, shatter the beliefs that hold you back, and spark the inner drive that will take you all the way to the finish line. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you.